Our studios in Freetown, Fambul Una Abu, and welcome to another edition of our CTN Insai Salone program, where they reach you live from Radio Mount Toron, Wabi College campus. Inside today's edition of the program, I get with me members from Teach for Sierra Leone, where then they also can talk about the organization and same way so the activities then they do. Well, for help me talk more on that, I get with me Josephine Lulu Sidikiko, my way in at the head of recruitment, selection and matriculation officer now the Teach for Sierra Leone, and I get with me Mr. Kojo Mensboa, we in at the recruitment, selection and matriculation officer. On a good evening, welcome to the program.
Good evening.
Fambul, not forget to yourself then I also can be part of the program by way you send in your message to the number 078 330167 078 330167. Not forget for me to comment on waiting we they discuss. I come to you, Mr. Mensboa. Teach for Sierra Leone will be the very first step this way somebody they hear about this organization about this fellowship here. So would that then a Teach for Sierra Leone?
Thank you very much. Teach for Sierra Leone, legally registered organization. We deal with leadership development and the placement of young graduates into classroom for imbibe change in the classroom system. Teach for Sierra Leone, however, don't do for the past 3 years in the country. We will do basic skill works and proper research for informed decisions them going further. We see you of Teach for Sierra Leone start this journey when he na be a media person.
Okay.
It will go right around the country, they do a media work, and he gets for notice say injustice they also now the educational sector. Inequality in the educational sector, and one of the factors where they make salon education gets problem. We come for understand say people in geographical location or the gender also the impair them not for get education. And so for remedy that situation they what he do, he begin to do research about how if we come about for stop them kind of thing will happen. And then he gets for meet an organization with America. We start in America, we they call Teach for All.
Right.
Teach for All starts over the past 30 years. It don't start in America and later go London, England. And now it is 53 countries all around the world. As I say, Teach for All also they try to give quality education to every Pekin. So vision as Teach for Sierra Leone, it work with the vision for Teach for All. We say education not for be a privilege, education for be right, and not only education but quality education. So in other words, the people already private school and that between there Kubola no forget difference in educational opportunity. They offer it on that same kind of platform. Wait tomorrow by nobody know will say okay because I be the upline make I not get that kind of opportunity. So that's Teach for All the above.
All right, so I come to you, Madam Koma. We don't hear you from waiting men's Boa don't talk say Teach for Sierra Leone at the try for CC all Pekin them or majority of the Pekin them they able get access to education at the country. So one would tend for ask if when they try for do this in order for complement the government in free quality education.
That's my first priority, that for complement government in agenda towards education. Then also just like what my colleague don't say, we do forgive the underprivileged Pekin an opportunity for get quality education, because education is the key, and we want for build up, and from now we for start for build up the foundation. So we found out Teach for Salone based on the research we do, we find out say the literacy and the numeracy of the pikin them now the lower classes be very very weak. So based on that one day we decide say well since the pikin and our future leaders then let me start from scratch and try to build up the foundation, because when the foundation strong then we can get a stronger nation.
So how wanna they build this foundation?
Well now that make the teach for Sierra Leone camp where we encourage the young graduates then, because they just come out college and fresh. So we encourage and let them come, let themselves can give in the automation development. But they're not just come we just send them like that. When they come, we give them 6 weeks in-house training, because it's mandatory for what we could train them. We train them in various disciplines. 1, community development, 2, in education, 3, in other aspects. So that when we go to the various communities, then we will impact the picking and life them. And not only the picking and life them, the teacher where they go teach, they only stop at the classroom. It will go beyond the classroom as well. By that I mean they will therefore engage the picking and parents them, they will therefore engage the paramount chiefs them, the civil society them, and all educational all people that are related to education. They all go come together for make sure say the beginning gets quality and good education and a strong foundation.
All right, let us come to you, Mr. Mensboa. We don't hear you from what Madam Ko, Madam talk, and at the initial stage, you don't tell from them for say this teach for Sierra Leone. It don't they exist now the country for about 3 years now, and it dey about 53 countries there now the world, and same way so. When they try for target young graduates them in order for try for trading according to what team Madam Ko Madam talk. So why wanna decide for target specific young people then they?
Thank you. Salone, we reach in resource. But the greatest resource we'll get will go boost off my human resource. We statistics don't show say the young one will pass the old one in this country. Okay. And people like you say the young one are the future leaders, but we want for defer that. We want for say the young one are the leaders, because even this present government, you can see actively young people them with our ministers and other top ranking officers, and so we believe say the strength of every nation can be measured by the human resource we get and the young people them, and so. We say because of them are the leaders them, and we look for promising leaders and people who will take the agenda for change now the classroom and the educational sector. We say okay, until we are young, on a fresh from college, one can take on this opportunity and able for imbibe the kind of change we will foresee that the educational sector. Then 2, we all know say it's not an hidden secret anymore that when you join college for find job like this country it at. So
what are the reasons responsible for that? One good thing for us.
Well, there are plenty of reasons. We as an organization know they are the footing for give.
Yeah, because when I go count this teach for salon program here, so in order for try for employ youth man there, because when I don't tend for no say unemployment but on the country, and when I go most don't do na study say so reason here, so I be for the employment there.
So as I say, as an organization teach for Sierra Leone, we know that authorized for full early statements on why employment bokuna the country. But on a personal scale, myself na Sierra Leone, myself na young person, I don't go through the university and I don't struggle also for job. And so I would say most of the time we career path can involved into not getting a job. Okay. Because trust me, if most of the people at the university were all into the arts faculty, most of for example University of Sierra Leone, the arts faculty go constitute convocation, you see almost 1,000 students from arts faculty, and then nearly double the other faculties then. So by the time you see the number of jobs available for them people that are coming from this particular faculty, is very small compared to the ratio of people that we convocate.
And over the years, we don't see some job adverts then where then they put experience and then they not so than they self now one of.
So as I come now another one. After you get the career plateau, we can choose some. We can go for it by influence of friends or other thing. You get another thing you can see the requirements from employers then too rigorous. They're really kind of far-fetched. So you will go for a job. They ask you, say, I want 5 years job experience. Is that reasonable? No. So this now an opportunity where the income. Say, okay, you don't done college. Go give back to society. Go give back to Sierra Leone. Last time I said Mahatma Gandhi quote say, he say, be the change you want to see. When we go to college, when we're this young, we easily say, okay, it's will go on well. Educational sector, they go down the drain. This is a chance for you for go now and be the change where you dream of. By going to the classroom, invest in the younger ones, so that they will not be like the other one that we, and maybe you don't drop out of school because of this same situation.
So this program here they target young people as what you don't they mention where you they talk. But I now decide for limit and in the area of looking for graduates they will not from renowned universities and colleges then.
Okay, we no put any specific studies way for attend, way for study. We only say for be young graduates. From university we recognized. Women say, you can't tell me say I come up from university, also I must have been university and the credential not credible enough. So we look for a graduate from a recognized university. You can even get your TC and you're eligible for apply. One thing we look for the watch warrior is possibly ready for change. Person we get a leadership mentality in aid, because trust me, it takes a lot. The fellowship not only about teaching, it's also about leading and impacting change. You're going to be change agents in the environment where they place you, in the classroom, and even to that picking life. I'll tell you something. I meet my teacher in college. When I come to college, I meet my teacher, and trust me, I still recognize them as my teacher. You know, I can't enjoy the way until you don't teach this small picking from class.
Yeah.
One, then remember you back, and maybe he even give you lift, he even give you ride, or even able render some service to you. That is what we are giving to you people. That's the opportunity we give to people and say, okay, come give back to society. And believe you me, when you give back to Sierra Leone, it's more than them pay you billions, because you're rendering service to your country.
All right, in Mr. Kojo Mensboa, in the recruitment selection and matriculation officer, later come to you, Madam Koma. You don't hear you from what Mr. Mensboa don't talk. How this training here so get for BLEC, because on a day on right now they recruit people them. Tell people them more about the recruitment and the training, how it get for BLEC.
The first stage of the process now, an online application, because now that will make you eligible for be selected. You get for apply now. You get for apply online where the website now www.teachforsierraleone.sn. You apply there, then the informations then they will come. You get for filling the informations then because now the other step that one day towards the recruitment process. You get for filling all the informations then you get for send a copy of your certificate and where you get. Then from there you go to the second stage, because now by stages then.
So why una the set now online no more una the person they able get the chance to apply?
Yes, now online for now. when you look at say now within a global village, and with the use of the internet go bring we all closer. So we look at we thought fit say if we use an online application, everybody now the one whole country go get the privilege and the opportunity for apply, because we're not only limited. If we be say we're going to all describe them, it's time consuming, and then maybe not all you see them will get the opportunity for apply.
Una be taking to una be consider or think about how people who then get access to internet, or the people who they go through the process for do the register online.
Yes, we will take that into consideration. For example, now we look at just like what I say, we all in at the global village. Now even at the interior villages, then you get some picking themselves where they use a mobile phone, where they go through the WhatsApp and other stuff. Then, so we take and say it's 85 to 90% of all Sierra Leoneans then they use the internet.
Okay.
So then it will be an easy access for them for access the website and then for let them apply.
So what thing for be doing at the phase 2?
After when you don't apply when at the first one, then from there we look at all within the recruitment process required. For example, if we ask you for your certificates and you provide them. From there we go to the second stage. When we go to the second stage itself, we get certain things that we look at, certain criteria then where we get competencies that we get for look at. Then if you don't go through that one again, then we go to the final one now when an interview, because we want to know back how you go to relate well to people.
So then they now online on for that or na?
No, then they are through telephone conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. Then from there now, when you don't pass through all the stages, then we choose you for become the fellow of the Teach for Sierra Leone.
Okay, so where somebody don't go through all them process, then you don't choose when I don't choose them for become a fellow. So what's in the advantage of that? What in the person will be able to benefit?
The person gets a lot for benefits. Like one, just like we have been said before, they give back to the nation. It's like a composing on we all as Sierra them follow we help for build up this country. And as young graduates, if you like what you don't learn at college or what we don't teach you through the 6 weeks training, you go and impact it in your life. That one day will go a long way.
All right.
Yeah.
So like come to you, Mr. Mensboa. We don't hear you from Madam Koma. We don't talk about how the recruitment process they go out posting for apply the phases then within the application process and same way. So let's take a look at the training here. It made mention say na 6 weeks training PM then fellows then they get for girl. So what that is specifically train them on?
We want for look at 10 competencies of them candidates there. We supposed to fit with vision and mission of Teach for Sierra Leone. One of them are academic excellence, leadership growth, mindset, communication skills, teamwork, organizational skills, resilience, critical thinking, and creativity and innovation. These are some of the things that we will look at. After the 6 weeks residential training, we go start from November. It will be inside November actually. After the November training, now we can place them into school. But before we place them into school, we want for ensure say they get the right skills and knowledge for go in the classroom there. They get the techniques and the mentality we they forget for be fellow. One of the key is them pedagogical skills. We how then they able for put things together as a teacher and able for relate them to the classroom setting.
Right.
Then classroom management. We teach for all na revolutionary kind of movement. This normal way people in the student classroom, it kind of retarded, it kind of they back back in those days, and it relates negatively to some people. Some people, that teacher, they always in back turn to you. It's kind of not the feel like the person they bring you into the teaching. Rather, nana kind boss and servanthood kind setting, and so there are ways where new methods don't come, new system don't come of teaching, we bring more inclusivity around setting. We say, we also don't watch on ourselves, we discuss. We only say when you do a round table, it means communion. It means say, okay, this world will rub body, will rub skin. So nobody need left behind. Some of who use for in a class, where they be and they ask quick question. You know, that's because I know say this stigma don't they for the one who they be and say that on their food.
So you think say the country don't reach then stages then they in not considering the amount of picking the way that they go na school and where then they inside one classroom more so na government schools them?
Change starts somewhere. We know the challenges that the educational system they face. We know say overpopulation and most of the government schools them BD. That's why the new minister of education, they work assiduously for decongest the classroom. We find out last year, if I can recall, one of the reports will come out, the congestion don't go on most of the schools them. Some of the schools will host about 90 people picking in a classroom. They don't cut them down to a maximum of 40, 30 in a classroom. So it means there is improvement. Change, they start somewhere. And so we're not just going to go to the classroom and start changing things automatically. They train we fellows them for gradually look at the situation of the classroom and then we profile the possible solution we go aid their teaching methods. So now I could say one of the skill that we teach them now classroom management, how to manage the entire classroom, because it's key.
Before we can go quick for the news summary, where una they get this una recruits there, so una they do a background check on them, because considering that una get for go left them for later and teach people and picking the various schools there na the country.
Yeah, it's key for we for do that, because as an organization, in as much as we want for help education, we also critical about the fact say there are other things we need for come into play.
All right.
And some of these things we would hear about rape of minor, sexual abuse, and even this corruption at the educational sector. We cognizance of the facts and because of that they do background check inside the meaning of matriculation to we, not to tell me to go down and make formal sign and say, okay, me a student now officially at the university. To matriculation means say we want for get in touch with your family and every other.
All right, in our Kojoment Boa recruitment, selection and matriculation officer. Now, same to get with me, Josephine Lulu Sidiki Koma, we now the head of recruitment, selection and matriculation officer. Now the teach for Sierra Leone. Well, we'll tap first the program and going for the news summary. From the news summary, and so I welcome you to the second half of our CTN Insai Salone program, with the regional live from studios na Radio Montreal on FM 107.3 in Afabi College campus. Inside today's edition of the program, I get with me members from Teach for Sierra Leone, within there so they talk about the organization. And for I get with me Josephine Lulu Sidiki Koma, head of recruitment, selection and matriculation officer, now the Teach for Sierra Leone, and I get with me Mr. Kojo Mensboa, recruitment, selection and matriculation officer. Family, then I also not forget you can be part of the program by way of sending a message to the number 078 330167 078 330167, and don't forget for limited comment on what thing we did discuss. I come to you now, Madam Koroma. We will be talk about some of the things them we person for do in order for lady they able recruit them. So this recruitment process also don't start, or the application process don't start for the people that apply.
Yes, it don't start. We start on the 6th of this July, and it will close on the 31st of August. It's
Alright.
2020.
So in all, how many people they wanna the target?
For this first phase, we will target 100 fellows.
Why just 100? Owing to the fact that we get boku people the way that they look out for job and we they go don't apply.
Since we just come and start, we want to get quality fellows in, because we not just want just get large number and can and go without proper training. And also we will target 25 schools for now first as initial and start. As we will go, we will get for recruit more. So for now, not just 100 first, we need 100 graduates then where they become fellows then. Now they will need and we replace them at 25 schools then. Now the undeserved communities.
Alright, like I'm to you, Mr. Boa. We don't hear from Madam Koma. I say at this stage they look for about 100 people then we then for they take. So then people they also way get for take. Is it that how many years then get get for send them for go teach now schools there, and now which part of the country get for send them?
We get for send them put local, Bombali, and Moyamba. The reason why make that them 3 districts and they we choose is because, as we see research from Statistics Salone, 2017 states say these 3 districts now then they bottom per education business. The numeracy and literacy skill of the students them of the Pekin then they don't. And so we want for, as we say, we want for see how best we will cover or remedy that situation. Then we now this also default them more. Now then you will go first. You will start. As Madam Josephine say, the reason why they choose their schools then they are their 100 fellow then they are now because we are in a pilot stage. These are the first way they do the placement at school. But I mean it's happening. Then fellow they are already put that school, so they will serve that school there for 2 years. And I want to tell people that they start from class 1, from pre-primary school to class 1 to class 6. So we want to make the movement, they move with the Pekin them.
So look at this selection process here. So how credible it gets for be? Because according to Madam Koma, now about 100 people they look for this first phase, and we get boku people that will then definitely get for they apply online. What I get for they do in order for select them people there also?
Okay, the selection competencies are there.
What in there?
We one as the application form itself speaks a lot. The first thing, how you fill the application form, waiting the question will ask you. If you answer well, automatically you will progress.
So if you actually look at the way some people are not exposed to internet, some person can go in a cafe, say, "Una help me fill this here." So if you meet up somebody we're good at now the internet, go fill and find and same way. So not consider
so we one of the watchword we do one for carry the best people in the classroom. We mean the best people, we mean the best in every aspect. One for to call the box them. If you want to be competitive in this 21st century, there are certain skills we expect you as a graduate for them attain. Because if you get for go in the community then we get forget computer out and call them lessons with them picking and because you know want to imagine not pick the international or really other private school for say they make use of computer at early age. We know for the president or the Opianda, we may not sabi nothing but computer. Like how most of we don't go throughout the years with the university session from make fill form. We will go in a cafe and go be good people since for fill form instead of we do one for ourselves. So we want the people away we they choose, let them get there at least some of their skills there. These are basic skills for this kind of century. So as you say, we want get the best from we fellows that we send, the audio fellows that we send at the classroom. So the Peking will get the best. And if you are, it's hard to say, but if you don't know how to fill a form as friendly as the form be, then it's a downside.
So una they select first the 100 people then before then go for the training, or una they get people the way they go first by the 6 week training, then una get the one that they decide for take so let them go teach.
Well, we know one for restrictions because we training really robust. We they get international partners that will come this year. Because these are the first time we do placement and the first time we do training. So the international partners will come out different countries around the world will come for help to do the first training of trainers. And so then first fellows there, they therefore be the privileged few, because then we meet them training of trainers there, we therefore do parts of their own training. Yeah. So it's not about say okay now we want for train, no more for train sake, then at the end of the day then go back now waste of resource. We want for ensure say after we don't do the selection of the 100 that are in the good training, that training now then we don't know say okay these people are competent enough, these people are the best. We will go input them now into the teach for Sierra Leone mentality. That the mentality for change the classroom, and the mentality for give the best to the community where they go, and the mentality for give the best teaching opportunity to the school picking them.
So then when they wanna don't they select now government schools they wanna get for put there on both government and private schools.
Government schools and government assisted schools.
So now free they get for the teach for or package day for them.
Then that's a very what's in package. We concern about the welfare. We want for them give them best to the picking them. And that means say we want to take care of everything.
Okay, so that means say una they get a PIN code because we see say
this is a fellowship program. And just like if people are aware about this Mandela fellowship, this Yali fellowship, there are fellows all around Sierra Leone now. So that not means they get PIN code or they get social security in America.
So what's in the special packages so I get forget to give them people there?
It's special. It's as we say special some team deserve the surprise. But I'm telling you,
because that go
apart from
people go really for our apply on this fellowship.
Okay, one, they train you for be the best leader. Now the people that will pay leadership class then they now people that will pay for. You only pay for them too. And mind you, it's free. Now slash that out. We inside with the 2 years fellowship, it is a must for make all we fellows them then get personal professional growth. How will they facilitate learning? Now for ensure say we enroll you on a distance learning where you will get postgraduate diploma from international recognized institution. So by the time you done your fellowship, you don't grow academically also. Not only you will give out, but you also don't gain something more. And Nande can able for boost your CV for better opportunity after the fellowship.
So still the monthly allowance, we know the family way the listener they will know that.
The organization no unreasonable.
All right.
No for
minimum wage.
It's going to be very good.
All right. Let I come to you, Madam Koma. We don't hear you from Mr. Boa. We don't talk about the process and other things. Them so. Most of the time, people they can consider this gender equality, some of the things that we they do in the country. So, when I for look into that, or when they encourage women them for lady apply.
Very much. That's one of the key things, and that's what we look out for. We want more women them at this fellowship than a man them, because when you look at the statistics between the woman and the man them. With the woman, they will lack the end small. So we encourage more women to come into this fellowship because there are lots of opportunities. Just creating mental talk, Coach say, this will give you an opportunity for do your postgraduate diploma. This stands from a recognized international university. So that then I want big booster one day for we the women them. So I encourage all young graduates, ladies and women out there, for let them grab this opportunity because now the first time this way, then kind of opportunity had to come for women then at Salone.
All right, so you don't talk about that. Later we come inside the inbox and get some of the text messages. Then we don't they come. Famble, don't forget to say we then also you can send a message to the number 078 330167 078 330167. This first one I also say this sounds like a good initiative, but how credible is this? Because we live in a country where people survive based on sababu. They come off from Ahmed Sise with the text from Duazak. Okay, and this other text message here, they say I really like this idea. Why those specific district? I think you guys should bring it to the north. We are in need of it. It's coming from Big Eye. And the final text message for now says thank you very much, guys. Please give me the link again so that I can apply. It's coming from an anonymous texter. Quick one to the message there.
Okay, the credibility of with selection process.
Yes, because they say Salone a country where they look into suburb.
We get integrity as a new organization. We not only in a Salone, the organization they na 53 countries then plus Salone make 54. And that means we get checks and balance. We get people already look into we do and now we do application. We do selection. That's key for we. Because we know how to start on the wrong footing. It's all you and the questionnaire and how you present your case story. And these criteria then the website, you go and answer your questions. And trust me, this na virtual selection process we do. We not see you and only for meet you. Now what you present, now they speak for you. So on that aspect of credibility, we are that credible and we're ready for make you know say you can apply and try with this time and see say no sababu only there and only for big brother or your sister. Quick one. One thing we come back credibility again, some people they start with registration or application, but when they done please we ask if you don't start for apply, you don't go to the website, you don't go to www.teachforsalion, you don't start for apply. The first way they come to registration, after you fill the registration form then the application form they presented to you, it will go by phase. When you done the first phase, make sure say you go to the second phase. And even at the second phase, make sure say you see say until you say thank you, your process for application don't be received. Now that's something you done. But if you not see the message then you know then it's go back and complete and there will be big.
So what I get for recruits them people they also forget a good teach now some different parts there na the country una they put una they provide for them lodging and feeding na the south side and they because some person go there na free to so if decide for apply una go happen for taker for they go na put local or any of the side of someone they do some of them thing this fellowship here so for they without the no get person they with a global lodge for.
We package include all the things then we talk so, but it's also key for a leader for also think outside the box. In as much as we think for you say okay you get for ensure say you're comfortable na the space steady, but we also want for make you know say you na leader. If you go you meet challenge na any of your posting, you get for able for make sure say you surmount the challenges steady, because mind you we get what we call the change and project for every fellow. You go see this environment. How you go for change the environment if you know able for make yourself comfortable first in the environment? So it's key that we provide inside our package, but it's also key that you make up your mind right mindset, say I'm going there not because it's comfortable, because if it's comfortable you need to come here, go apply, and then we will do it and we'll do the service then, because most of these places are underserved communities. But because you know say it's not comfortable first of all, but you want to give your service to the nation, and you want to give your service for posterity's sake, for the future.
Alright, let I come to you, Josephine. When I don't go now some of them districts, then they will say when I get for put some of them fellows then will when I don't they train in order for talk to them about this Teach for Salone program here, so for let them safe when I able encourage them for let them apply.
We actually engage the districts then. We not go to it by next week. We by next week now we go there in person now for go meet them, and then for tell them say now this now in the plan for the district, or now this teach for Sierra Leone they come up with.
So when I work with the government, like the Ministry of Youth or National Youth Commission or the Ministry of Basic Senior Secondary Education.
Yes, we work with them. We even get an MOU with them. More especially the
Ministry. They about?
More especially the Ministry of Youth Affairs. You know, say they get a program now where all young graduates where they for go do the NYC program, when an internship program. So this 2 years program itself, they like that internship program day.
Okay.
Yeah, so we partner with them also, so then we encourage young graduates them for let them come into the fellowship.
When I get any plans for put a monitoring system in place, because yes, when I go select some fellows them lay and go na different parts then at the country, as our Mr. Like our Kojo don't talk say or on the south countries and places then at the country for go teach. When I get any monitoring system in order for monitor say these people they are, so that they do the work, that they teach them picking and the relationship with the people and the school picking them. Okay.
Yes, we get monitoring strategies that we don't put in place. We get LDOs that we leadership development officers whether for the right round for monitor the fellows that's where them put you beside and send you for go teach, make sure say you deliver the right things then to the picking, and also you also abide by waiting the code and conduct of the Teach for Sierra Leone say. If you abide by the one day, now the classroom also. So we get the LDOs and when there for day with the fellows 24 hours down the clock, then we for the monitor them. For CCA, actually waiting and go for, they will accomplish them and they meet to the goals and objectives of the Teach for Sierra Leone.
So when I go for meet then community leaders them in order for tell them about this program here, so.
Yes, we meet with them next week. Next week we go plan for go meet with them for tell them say na the program this way don't come for them young picking them. We want for build up them and we want for make the foundation stronger, because strong foundation will help in nation development.
Alright, family, don't forget to say they listen to CTN Insai Salone program where they get to know live from our studios. Now, every month on FM 107.3 inside the edition of the program, I get with me members from Teach for Sierra Leone, and where then they also they talk about the fellowship program where then they introduce now the country where they take young graduates them from universities and colleges now the country and train them about leadership quality and train them as teachers and enroll them now some of the schools there in our rural community. Family then host can be part of the program by way where you go send in a text message to the number 078 330167 078 330167. May I come to you, Mr. Ment Brown. So this one a program here, so we don't see lot and lot of program there. Don't they happen at the country? How effective this get for be?
We get to backing from not only the international body we na a part of, but we don't be grounded in the educational sector. We don't get an MOU with the Ministry of Education, Basic Education. We don't get an MOU with the Ministry of Youth. We basically now for ensure say they know say okay we look for young graduates, and as much as they say they run an NYSC scheme, we can work together. What's key to it also, they work with TSC, Teaching Service Commission,
Right.
because now then they into the schools, and they work with the communities. They also do the placement. So it means say we set a foundation very strong
Alright.
for make we stay, and we not come for just do and go tomorrow. We want for see in the next say them picking up will go from class 1. By the time in the next 20 years, salon educational sector don't change. But we will begin to see when we get the best and the brightest apply for we fellowship and go teach, for go lead that community, and they trust me, the classroom will change, and me and you can be the change we want for see.
So after the 2 years fellowship, what thing get for be what una get for do for the people then way una be enroll then schools then way they don't go do then 2 years teaching?
That's a very, very nice one. The concern after the 2 years fellowship, now that these people they continue for be a change agent. Their country where they don't send fellows down at the classroom for 2 years. After the 2 years, the fellows then they decide for staying at the classroom. And so we're hopeful that some of the fellows them after the 2 years will say, okay, I want to stay at the classroom, and we because of them we don't get that professional certificates now as a teacher certified. Simple for them and easy for them for me to get them pin code from the ministry and all that, because they don't get the job experience. They already teach at the school, and their impact will be shown at the school, and then the ministry will watch. So, okay, these people, mind you, will work with the ministry and the TSC. So these people they don't serve social term and will see the impact. We will go look for retain them. But if you choose not for them at the classroom, you say okay, I want to continue my dream now for go na the public na the civil service, maybe be a manager, a minister or whatever, or me a politician, I want for be. But once you key, you get for be continuous change agent, you be advocate for educational for the educational system or salon. So if me a minister now and I don't serve as a fellow, automatically it says that I understand the struggle will happen at the educational system, at the classroom. So anytime when educational something come up, I'll be a champion for that thing because I was part of them. I was part of the teaching service. So when teacher cry say we not get salary, me when we don't serve, I don't know how it hard for teacher and president. I will come out and lend me voice to whatever they go out. So now then kind people around that in the next 5 years, if we don't put 200, 10 years, 5 years we will get almost people as advocates for education.
So the Kutiana annually on get forget it,
yeah, go for the annually. Annually this year we put January we put 100.
Alright.
But 200 no one for start with. Actually, the first batch will be 100.
Alright.
Then going further, we'll put another 100 into different schools.
So, Madam Kuma, what think will be final message to people that will go listen, and you go give people and the address again in case they want apply for this fellowship also, and you go give them how they will contact you.
The website address, if you want apply online, now www.teachforsierraleone. I encourage all young graduates them for let them apply, more especially the women. Them. I want for that we build a movement for transform leaders them and for end educational injustice. So please, young graduates them, let them come on board for apply so that we will make the country once more the anthems of West Africa.
All right, thank you very much. Madam Josephine Lulu Sidiki Koma, Head of Recruitment, Selection and Matriculation Officer, na the teach for Sierra Leone. And I be also get with me Mr. Kojo Mensboawe, na in a Recruitment, Selection and Matriculation Officer, as then they also will be the talk about the fellowship program. Well, now so the program they tap on for today. On behalf of my studio operator Amedu Koma, may produce and present this program here to Uno. Mina Patrick Yata, Conte, bye bye.